And welcome to Entropia Universe. There's the startup screen. There's the actual game. What I have to do is buy some sweet stuff, about 1,000 units, so I can combine it with fruit, so I can make nutrio bars to feed my pets. And that's gonna cost me like $1.30 or something. Okay, but we're not gonna play this game in this video. We are gonna take a look at my artwork. Try and find the best way to do this. Okay, I'm just setting things up. How are you? The news from YouTube is that I achieved 3,000 hours of watch time thanks to you guys. Thank you very much. And I got a notice in my email from YouTube that basically said congratulations. And then I checked YouTube and checked the earnings section on my profile, and now it says I need 4,000 hours, which was the original amount. Then they lowered it to 3,000, so I couldn't do it within 6 months, so now I have to get the 4,000 to get another 1,000 hours of watch time in the next 6 months, like before the time period is up. I don't know if I can do it unless my videos start getting tons more hits. I don't know if I'll be able to achieve qualification so I can get paid. I just don't get that many hits, so YouTube just isn't into the small channel person, which all it comes across to me. Okay, so I've had to modify my comic book work to make it rated G. I've always done rated G stuff my entire life, so I'm no stranger to it. But even on DeviantArt, there's only so much I can do there. But the rated G art I can put anywhere. So let's take a look. Let's see how this can even work. How's the lighting? Okay. Some of you have seen this page before. Editing myself for YouTube. I worked on it a little bit more. I could do some more inking. Normally I paint these kind of pages up with acrylic paint, but I am not set up to paint. I don't even know where my paints are. I don't have it together. I don't have an art studio or a place to paint. And I need a room with ventilation. So it's not really good to paint in the motel room where it's really hot, because acrylic paints are just chemicals. And I have learned my lesson with that. It will mess your brain up. People have died from toxic fumes from paints. Acrylics aren't as bad as oils, but when acrylic paint's dry, it still puts chemicals into the air that you breathe, and it can give you neurological problems. I'm not kidding. Okay, so there's that. This is rated G, safe for work comics. I put a little bit more time into this. Just to do this page took a couple hours. It takes a long time. Okay. But I'm happy with this, and I photographed it and put some of it on DeviantArt on this page. I'm not even going to read it. You can read it to yourself by pausing. Okay. So there's nothing offensive about this page, which is the whole point. Okay. And then I just end up being unhappy doing the rated G work because I feel like I'm cheating myself. This has only been created because of the massive editing effect that people are doing these days. They're so afraid of not getting monetized on YouTube that people have changed their language, avoiding certain words. Words are not bad. So I spent a lot of time studying English in college, but even words have become politicized because people have nothing better to do than to be a control freak and try and control how other people think and talk. I did see episode 1 of season 27 of South Park. Well, I saw most of it through clips, so I got the idea. And I got to see the President Trump parts, including the public service message at the end. It's a great episode. It's hilarious. South Park is back in fine form, going back to its roots. Okay, there's that character. I don't know who she is. Matt Stone and Trey Parker, they are rock stars at this point. And though it didn't pay the bills at first because Comedy Central was really cheap, Matt Stone and Trey Parker have got to be multi-millionaires by now for sure. I'd have to check. I mean, it's none of my business. But they're doing well. 27 years of a hit TV show, and they get paid from streaming. They've got to be making some bank, and all the merchandising. It's a highly watched show to this day. People watch it all over the world. And it's still as sharp and funny as it's ever been. If you really want to treat yourself, South Park did a 25th anniversary concert where Primus and Rush show up. And Matt Stone and Trey Parker each do musical numbers, and the guy who voiced Mr. Slave shows up. And I was up half the night listening to that concert one night, and I'm glad I did. It was very good. So they just played a live version of Bark at the Moon by Ozzy Osbourne on the radio. If you don't drive your car for 2 or 3 days, it's good to let it run for 10 minutes just to keep all the fluids going. So the car sounded pretty good. I just let it run for 10 minutes and listened to the radio. I got some ZZ Top, some Ramones, some Ozzy Osbourne. I got some jazz music. I got to hear piano by a 12-year-old jazz prodigy. He's already a professional musician. Oh my goodness. Some kids just can pick up the piano and do really well at it. And I was too restless, too lazy, and it was my mom's piano. And I just didn't want to mess on her musical instrument. I tried violin in 3rd grade. I didn't like to practice. And when I tried to play guitar as a 17-year-old, the same thing happened where I couldn't make myself practice. It was so boring. And I would screw around on the guitar and make noise with it, and I learned some chords. I just wasn't very good. And then I realized I needed an acoustic guitar, because that's what really strengthens your fingers. Then you have to build up calluses on your fingers. And I had my artwork. That's what I really like to do. I've screwed around with guitar over the years. I just don't have the discipline for it or the inclination, except as just like a part-time hobby, something to screw around on. My creative powers go into my comic book work, so I'm pretty good at that. I will sit there with a pen and draw for hours, no problem. But to do with that with a guitar, I always feel like I should be drawing. I don't even know why I'm not even showing the screen. Okay. So I'm a visual artist. I tried the music thing. I don't have the setup to play music right now. I don't even have a setup to really make art. What is working for me right now is doing the pen and ink and writing and drawing comics in the car. That's working for me. I got my little clipboard and the car seat is really comfortable, and I can have the door open and let some fresh air in. So I've been reinvestigating my career as an illustrator and comic book artist, because that's what I got right now. Alright. Thanks for all the watch time hours. I don't know if I'll ever get paid from YouTube. You need to get millions of hits to make money off that thing. I'm just not there yet. I'm a small channel. So, thanks for supporting me.